Hello, welcome to our third session on drone maintenance. Today we'll examine propellers and motors, which are the wings and heart of a drone, and we'll look closely at how to inspect and replace them. Drones stay aloft using the powerful rotational force, or lift, generated by the propellers and motors. Therefore, if even one of these two components malfunctions, flight stability is instantly compromised, and in severe cases, it can lead to a major crash. So today, reflecting the latest drone trends and current domestic aviation safety laws, we'll break down the core maintenance. Know how you can do yourself at home in an easy-to-understand way. First, let's look at propeller inspection and replacement criteria. The propeller is the most critical primary component that directly generates airflow. Latest models like the DJI Air 3S or Mini 4 Pro rotate at such high RPMs that even minor deformations can cause severe vibrations or motor overheating. So what should you focus on? First is blade damage. If there are visible hairline cracks, worn edges, or even the slightest bending, do not hesitate to replace them with new ones immediately. Second is contamination from foreign objects. During outdoor flights, it's easy for grass, stains, dirt, or sand to get on them. In this case, wipe them clean with a wet wipe, dry them completely, and inspect them again. Third is the connection joint. If the securing screws are worn, or if you feel looseness in play after tightening, you must replace all screws with new ones for safety. Then how often should you replace the propellers? Generally, under normal flight conditions, it is recommended to replace them between 20 to 30 cumulative flights or after about 10 hours of flight time. However, if you frequently fly at high speeds and strong winds, or after flying on a freezing winter day, you must visually check for damage and replace them sooner than usual to ensure safety. Next, I'll share propeller replacement tips and precautions for latest drones. Recent camera drones are shifting towards screw-fastened methods, using small screws rather than the press-and-turn quick-release style used in the past. Therefore, you must remember three things during maintenance. First, you must clearly distinguish between clockwise and counterclockwise directions. If you look closely at the propeller and motor connection, you'll see unique markings like gray lines or target marks. You must match these indicators and install them in the exact correct position. If you install them in reverse, the drone will flip over immediately upon takeoff. Also, when replacing propellers, you must use the newly provided screws. The pre-applied thread locker on used screws is already degraded, so reusing them could lead to a catastrophic event, where the screws loosen during flight. Lastly, when tightening the screws, secure them firmly with a dedicated screwdriver, so they don't slip, but leave a tiny bit of play so the propeller blades can still move smoothly. Now let's move on to the motor, the heart of the drone. Latest drones use high-performance brushless motors, but due to their design, the bearings can easily fail if sand grains or moisture get inside. When inspecting the motor condition, just check three things. First is rotational resistance. With the power completely off, turn the motor by hand. If it feels stiff, catches, or makes a gritty sound, you need to remove the foreign objects or replace the motor module itself. Second is flight noise. If you hear an unusual high-pitched whine or a grinding metallic noise, while in the air, there is a high probability of bearing damage. So stop flying immediately and send it to a service center. Third is heat check. Normally, when you land after using up one battery, if a specific motor is too hot to touch, it means there is a serious issue with the drivetrain, so you should stop using it immediately. There are also maintenance trends for latest drone motors you should know. First, when cleaning, using water or cleaning fluids will completely ruin the internal coils. You must only use a can of compressed air or a soft anti-static brush to gently dust it off. Second, avoid lubricating the motors. Unlike older drones, latest motors come with sealed bearings. Applying oil arbitrarily will cause it to mix with dust and seize the motor. So it's best not to lubricate them following the manufacturer's manual. Third, you must allow cooling time. Battery technology has improved, allowing long flights of 30 to 45 minutes on a single charge. However, do not fly again immediately after swapping the battery, letting the motor cool down completely for at least 3 to 5 minutes before. Retakeoff is the secret to extending motor life. Lastly, here are the regulations regarding the Domestic Aviation Safety Act. According to current laws, drones with a maximum takeoff weight exceeding 250 grams, such as the DJI Air series, must be registered with the Korea Transportation Safety Authority. If a crash occurs due to poor maintenance, the pilot face negligence liability along with heavy administrative penalties, making it important to build a habit of meticulously Managing maintenance records. Furthermore, even for lightweight toy drones under 250 Ethereum, if you are caught flying an improperly maintained aircraft in urban areas, you can be fined. So you should always check for cracks on the propellers. Ultimately, propellers and motors are the absolute core elements responsible for your drone's safety. Developing a habit of visually checking before flight, spinning them by hand, and listening to the sound can prevent most accidents. Wishing you safe flights, and in the next episode, we'll cover gimbal, camera, and sensor calibration for capturing rock-steady, perfect videos. If you found today's video helpful, please subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. See you on the next flight. Thank you.